Testing, testing. Okay. Yeah, I can't hear the game. 1 second. Okay, so let's go over what I did since the last update. Since the last stream. So yeah, in the last stream, I started with the... well, did I start or continue? Anyway, I worked on the second region. And while doing that, I realized that I needed a... well, how do I word this? I needed a strong foundation in the current region to carry forward the layout of the objects in the world. So how the highlands, that is the main region and the only one right now in the game, how the objects were placed is I have themes that I can flood across the world, and they place objects randomly, kind of randomly. And I did that, and I did one pass over the world before the release, and moved things around a bit, made them better. But it wasn't really... it still looked random, and it was mostly large parts of it were unintentional. So that's of course hard to replicate. And I also wanted there to be more intention showing in the world. So in order to move forward with the new region, I decided to overhaul the current one. And I did that yesterday and the day before. And all I did was I went through the world tile patch by tile patch, and I've rearranged all the objects. So it looks much more streamlined now. Maybe too much so. And but yeah, I did some changes late last night, which I haven't tested yet. So I will do a test run, or 2 or 3 right now, just to get a feel of the world and to see if I need to change some things. I know that I have to add some more obstacles, namely just bushes that cut off the path at some points. Not many, but just some, to freshen up the experience. And I need to thin out some trees. So I've rearranged almost all the trees in the world. They are much more regular now, which looks really nice, but it's also a bit samey across the regions, the sub-regions. And so yeah, I'll have to take some of them out, but that yeah, should be pretty easy. Then what I also did is I have a test function that tests the pathing, and it also tests the space around the P markers, which are potential spawn points for obstacles, so that if you spawn into the game, you're guaranteed to not be blocked by what's around you. That wasn't that important because nothing spawned in with you other than you in a run, but I decided to bring with you the old stone that you touch at the very beginning, and that was a headache, but I just decided to make it destructible like all the other path stones. So that's pretty yeah, that's solved. But because I may be placing other things on these markers, like I call them prefabs. They're just little squares of a couple of tiles that I can prepare and place entities on, and then and then copy into the game randomly, kind of randomly, in some kind of an order. And yeah, so I went through the world, cleaned up all of those patches, and there are over 500 tile patches and over 500 of these markers. So this all took time, but I think the result is better. But I'll have to play test a bit. And yeah, I also fixed. I'm not sure if I. Yeah, I think bridges were in the game last stream, and but they were not that great because. So if the path decides not to go somewhere, it will collapse the boundary. And bridges are basically large boundaries. So I have to erase the bridge from the world seamlessly if it's not used. And yeah, that was a bit tricky, but I got it to work. And yeah, you would never know there was a bridge if it doesn't lead that way. So that's pretty cool. So bridges are working. Another thing that is working is tunneling, which is the path leading underground and going back out again, which may be confusing for current players because interiors always were cul-de-sacs. But I only have it in the game in 2 places, so you probably won't encounter it. But I want to expand this in the near future. Which brings me to another point. So I overhauled the overworld, but I haven't overhauled the underworld. I did a bit of work, but what I want to do next, after I release this update today, hopefully, I want to go through the underworld and clean that up, add more tunneling, and make some, or maybe all dungeons a bit bigger. So that's the plan for this week. Then on Reddit, we were talking about high scores. And I really like the idea. It would add a meta progression and the ability to track your progress, how good you're doing, how well you're doing. And I've looked into the old roguelikes, of course, at first. And what Rogue does, Rogue just uses the gold that you find. So I could add gold. I already have the gold coin object in the game. But I'm not sure if that's the right fit. But it could be. So I won't make all the dungeons passages using the tunneling, but many of them, most of them, at least half of them will stay dead ends, and I could place gold in there. I could go the what is it? Not sure if it's Return to Castle Wolfenstein, but definitely in Delver you can find relics or something like that. My memory is hazy, but it wouldn't be just coins. It would be golden relics, which count as 20 coins or something. And then there's the multiplier for your score if you reach the end of the game. And yeah, but I'm not sure if I'll go that route or if I'll go more of a Super Mario route and just give you points for successful actions. But yeah, I'll solve that in the coming week. Yeah. And then what else did I do? Yeah, yesterday I basically just posted my commit messages in the devlog. Oh yeah, I improved the edge tessellation a bit. So, well, this may be too technical, but it just looks a bit better now. It's in some places, especially around steps. Then I've while looking at the underground, I realized that the urns, the containers, are distributed in the huts and in the dungeons. So I split them, and there are now barrels, as you can see right here, in the overworld, and urns are only in the underworld. And I also changed some balancing things, but I'll have to test them out to know if they are good. And yeah, the landing screen did change locations, but I've limited it back to the original one. And that's just that's just an idea, but I like the coherent image of the game. And the idea with the changing locations on the landing screen, that's the main menu, was that you can get a glimpse of areas that you may explore in the future. And maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. But yeah. The what else? Yeah, enemies now wake up earlier, but yeah, that's basically it. So what I need to test today is just the feel of the game. And there's still the bug with objects shooting across elevations, so I'll have to fix that. Then because I basically bring in the second region with this update, it's not accessible, but it's there. I had to change some larger structures, so the save games will be invalidated. So if you download this update, it will not give you the option to continue your old save game. You'll have to start a new game. Yeah. And I've also been thinking about the save games because they are such a hustle. How to make them easier, but yeah. Easier for me, that is. But they are just complicated. Okay, so I'll do some runs, I'll fix some issues that may come up, and then I'll thin out the trees, place some bushes as obstacles, and then off stream, because I need to change operating systems, I'll test on Windows and on Ubuntu, and then I'll release. And I'll also update the demo with the new Overworld. So that's the plan. That is the plan. Okay, great spawn. Yeah, so the stone now comes with you. Okay, this horrible spawn. Wasn't there an entrance here? It's weird. But yeah, as you can see, it's much easier to walk around. Great. That may be a very short run. Let's sneak past them. And why don't I... Yeah, that's the bug. Them shooting overhead. Which is, I mean, it's not that bad. Yeah, I may not have to fix that if I don't have the time. Yeah, I'm kind of curious why there aren't any remains. May have screwed that up somehow. Oh no, there's one down there. Oh, it's a static one. Oh. And I'm still suspicious of the chests. It just happens way too often that the first one I find is empty. But I've looked at the code so many times. Not sure what's wrong there. Okay, there was one. Might just be unlucky. I'm also missing the plants that are placed randomly. Hmm. I mean, it should be normal that this feels off because it's such a big change. So let's not get confused. Okay. Maybe I should equip that. Okay, there's a plant. They actually exist, so that's good. Okay, got an axe. Good. Jesus. So yeah, it definitely feels different. And maybe close to a regression, but it's a much better foundation for adding new items, for example. And I think if I add some more obstacles, that should just even out. Okay, didn't mean to do that. That's bad. Didn't mean to drink the potion. So yeah, I think the game feels a bit faster. Uh-oh. Which is, yeah, could be good or bad. Uh-oh. Great. Great. But yeah, I think it looks much more polished. It looks much more like a like a game. And I've been oscillating between oh, that was close. Oh. Oscillating between immersion and gameplay, and right now I'm more focused on the gameplay. But I'll steer it in the other direction in the future. But yeah, those are always at odds with each other. There was one there. Oh, actually, can I think they're still on the same patch, yeah. I was afraid for a second that I could break out of the path with that secret, but I can't. Okay, there's nothing there. Oh, +1 dagger. That's awesome. That should make this pretty easy. And if I exploit the game, then if I pick up more daggers, it should reset the durability, maybe. Hey Maxim, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Okay, why can't I jump here? That's a bug. Let's note the location. Cannot jump. Ledge. Alright, I'll have to investigate that. Okay, so this bridge was unnecessary. So I might have to break up these two chunks. Because there were two paths, but I mean, that's also... variety. Changing things up, so that's okay. Okay, nothing. Another potion, that's good. 4 potions, that's pretty awesome. And yeah, the dagger holds. Yeah, still need a lot of experience. But I am... okay, I'm at 15% because I died. But I think sound is still fine. I didn't screw up there. And the overall feel is still good. But let's keep our eyes open. That's lucky. Well, these hatchlings aren't that strong, so no match for my +1 dagger. Okay, nice. Um, yeah, so there's, if I have a +1 dagger and I pick another one up, it will increase the stack. So even a worse dagger will add to the +1 dagger stack, which is of course not what should happen. It should create a second stack. But yeah, I mean, that's not harmful, that can be exploited, so should be fixed, but there's no urgency. Okay, I have to look at my health. Oh, this could end in disaster. Okay. Got around the trap. I'm not sure if traps can spawn on bridges, but that would be pretty mean. So you can't get around them. Oh, nice. Drank a potion, found another one. Sword. Pretty good sword, but not +1. Oh, and I leveled up. That's awesome. Yeah, I've been there. Yeah, that's a dead end. Okay, this one is super hidden. But, yeah, I mean, it works. Wait, this is weird. Okay, yeah, this stops here, and then the way leads over the bridge. So still working as intended. Uh-oh. There are trolls now. normal spear. Great. My current shield is has more durability. Jesus. Yeah, those archers are deadly. Let's see. This should be a dead end. Oh, it's actually connecting with the... yeah, same thing. I thought there was an entrance here, but... Okay, where am I now? Dead end. Oh, okay, there's an archer. Not sure how I can outsmart that one. But yeah, I'm plenty strong. Uh oh. Okay, going further along this path, along the coast, and yeah, that was easy. Because yeah, puzzle room. Let's see, maybe we can get. So what I want is a +1 shield. That would be awesome. But nothing. I also have to look at the food. Dude. What is the spider doing? Okay, it's lucky. Oh. That was pretty bad. Okay. But yeah, archers are pretty stupid. They will just shoot at the rock you're standing behind. Uh-oh. Yeah, wolves are absolutely deadly. They might be the strongest enemy. because they are fast. And I might have to nerf them a bit. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I'm not sure if the faster enemies is a good mechanic. Because you would either have to make them, oh no, half as strong. Okay, that was super risky. Or if you don't make them half as strong, or in proportional to their turn count, to their turn points, then they just destroy you, which is not fun. Okay, these are getting stronger. Oh, oh Jesus, what's going on? Okay, down to 1 potion. And I'm only halfway. So yeah, game's still hard. That's good, but oh. But fair. I think. If you, yeah, I mean, the problem the game has right now is that acquiring the knowledge is kind of hard. But yeah. It's not that hard. There's not too much in the game. Yeah, but I think this feels fine. I wouldn't be mad if this was an update. Okay, that was lucky. The ghoul didn't strike back. And that was super lucky. That I got the wolf. Oh. Okay, I have 2 potions. I mean, a fun thing is with the +1 dagger. Such a good weapon, I'm afraid to throw them, which may be a grave mistake. Oh, and that that almost killed me. Okay, I still have 3. Still have 2. What is this zombie doing? It's on my last dagger. So I can throw that one. Oh, that's a +1 hammer. And pretty bad situation. Okay, stun that one. And I know there's a secret here. I've forgotten about most secrets, but I had a shot that I did here. Oh, X +1. Oh, well, not sure which one's better. So the axe does splash damage, and the hammer does stun damage. Okay, let's keep the axe. Oh. Yeah, that's a repeating thing. Waiting for ranged enemies to come near you, which they of course won't. Uh-oh. Okay, there's no boulders here, which is pretty bad. There's a one here. That, yeah, doesn't help me. Well, uh-oh. That was pretty bad. Oh no. Oh no. Double no. I'm screwing up pretty badly right now. Okay. So yeah, I'm at 70% of the path. Oh Jesus, and there comes the mammoth. I think I only have a chance if I stun it. And I don't. Oh, no, now it's stunned. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Kind of failing here. Would you mind stepping into the trap? Okay, it did. Okay, but that works, so that's good. Okay. So yeah, I need to figure out why the ledge jump didn't work. And then let's thin out some trees after that, and then place some more obstacles. And then it's just testing and release. So. Alright, I'll go to the bathroom real quick. Be right back. Okay. Let's place some bushes. This I'm not sure how many, but like this. Just as an obstacle. Real simple. And I'll go left to right, top to bottom. And this, yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect. But let's turn on some music. And yeah, this is just to make it feel less like a racetrack. But yeah, overall, I'm much happier with this than with the previous one, because I can now analyze this for the next region and change it up intentionally. Making the next region feel different just by walking through it. Which I couldn't before. Because it was pretty much random. And when I've brought the underworld up to par, and I can there's nothing blocking me from continuing work on the second region. But yeah, I might push in another gameplay update in between, just to make the current game the best it can be before I carry that on. And I've been pretty focused on the end game, which is not good. As long as I'm not satisfied with the current game, of course. But yeah, this whole overhaul took, I think, 2 days, so it's not too bad. Yeah, and I like that every single object has its purpose. So bushes are soft obstacles that mostly just slow you down. Um, these rocks are hard obstacles. Uh, that will, yeah, redirect you. The trees are also hard obstacles, but also bring visual flourish with their height. Yeah, the rocks here are the hard obstacles, and then the boulders are, of course, soft obstacles, but also weapons. And the cocoons and the bone piles are potential dangers. Also obstacles. So I think that's pretty good. With everything having a meaning. And the tusks are just variations on the rocks. So yeah. So I'm doing this mostly by feel, as you can see. Not testing each and every obstacle because that's just not feasible. But yeah, while playing, you get a feel for this, and can then adjust accordingly. So there's no undo in this game when it comes to development. There's only removing things and or changing things, but there's no going back. That makes sense. And I think it was yesterday that I remembered a premise that I had for the game, which is basically Rogue, but for the Game Boy Color. And I mean it's grown to to be the DS or something. But I really like that idea of a simple game that well, not a simple game, but a simple presentation. And a game that goes in the that goes wide instead of too deep. And but I think I'm kind of failing at that at the moment, because the game is too hard to pick up. Well, that's at least that's what I see in the numbers. But yeah. But this is yeah, this is not a this is a niche game. Not sure where I'm going with this, but it's not expected that everyone gets it. That should be a target, of course, but I mean, I won't change the graphics, for example. Okay, I've been here. Let's go back. Go down a bit. So yeah, but yeah, I'm looking at this more as a Nintendo game than a Bethesda game, for example. Which doesn't mean it can have deep lore, but the presentation will stay pretty simple. And yeah, an example would be not having branching dialogue, which I think just wouldn't fit the game. And something like Baldur's Gate would be the example for branching dialogue, which is awesome, but one huge problem is that the font is just not that readable. And yeah, you can't make people read paragraphs and paragraphs with this font. That's just cruel. But one or two sentences that should have a big impact. It's as much as an impact as possible, of course. I think that's a better goal. Okay. Okay, I'm halfway done. And oh yeah, I also have to come up with enemies for the second region, the coast, before I continue there. And also I should, when I was talking about how every object has its intention, that was it with the new region in mind. So I can just swap out the objects. I mean, a tree should still be a tree, probably. It shouldn't become something different just because, just for the visuals. But everything else could potentially change and be more in line with another region. And that would, well, I mean, it's kind of hard. A rock is a rock. If I add the mountain region later, a couple of months, then I'll need a whole lot of rocks. So but knowing what the job of each object is makes changing them, makes swapping them out much more easy. And less of a trial and error thing. But yeah, monsters are still... I haven't... didn't think I haven't thought about it that hard. But yeah, probably crabs. The problem is they should be pretty easy to... they should be pretty generic. Just so you can easily remember them. And yeah, that reminds me of what I still have to do, which is adding adding abilities, adding load up abilities to the enemies, which is yeah another milestone I need to hit pretty soon. And I should actually hit that before starting with the next region. So I can also conceptualize the different roles of the different enemies. And then fulfill their jobs in the new region with variations. But yeah, this is all pretty heady, and I'm always going back and forth between overthinking stuff and just doing stuff. And I think that may be a good approach, actually. Maybe I should save once in a while. The yeah, the high scores. I'm not sure where to put them. And I'm not sure how fleshed out I should put them in the game. So the simplest thing would be to just display the score on the ending metrics and compute it from the metrics themselves. So so each action you do, like opening a container or killing a monster, will get you points. Reaching a level will get you points. And then the score could then just be generated and displayed. So you would have to write it down yourself if there's no scoreboard. But that would be the easiest first implementation. I'm not sure how I should handle that. these incremental additions. Well, not the incremental additions, but the feature additions. If I should bring them in completely formed or in a lesser form first, then fleshing them out, which I think maybe is the better option, because I can then just silently remove stuff if it doesn't work. And that would be less obvious. And it would also be less work if it turns out a feature is bad. Which, I mean, I hope I only implement stuff that is good, but some things will be a shot in the dark and will get removed, of course, if they don't work. But one problem there is also feedback. So I don't think I can rely on having feedback. That is for a new feature, for example. If I add something new, I cannot do that with the intention of getting opinions from the players, because yeah, most players don't respond, or don't that's wrong. Most players don't proactively engage with the development of the game. So the feedback I get is not necessarily representative. Of all the players. And yeah, I think I have to follow my gut feeling most of the time. That's not to say that input from the community can't be super valuable, because it has proven to be a couple of times already. But yeah, I don't think there will be a back and forth. At least in the near future. Which is fine. I'll just have to be more diligent, more confident in the changes I make. Which I've been doing anyways. Okay. Have I been over this area? Okay. About 3/4 done. What I also want to do is remove some of these spider nests and replace them with something else, because they're getting kind of boring, even though they are one of the most action-packed areas. But it feels a bit samey, so need to find a different type of enemy. And yeah, that's what I've been doing for the past 2 days. Going around adding objects. And of course, yeah, removing ones as well. I made a time-lapse video of me editing the objects yesterday. But it's just unwatchable. It's super jittery because of the movements I make in the editor. So yeah, that probably won't see the light of day. And yeah, the bitrate is also a problem because everything changes so fast on screen. And I thought about running a stabilizer over the video, but I would have to crop it, and that's not working. Okay, almost done. Yeah, so one thing when editing the world, it's always the same. You have the uh, right technique to change the things you want to change after you've done it. So I'm just realizing that if I look for long straight paths, this gets much easier. And those are the ones I should be breaking up. But yeah. That's always how it is. Okay. I think I have all of that. No, I don't. I don't. Like, kind of have it. I mean, it's not like I have to bake this map for 24 hours to get it into the game, so I can't just change anything and push it. But I want to have a good state. For the update. And yeah, I'll also update the demo. With this new overworld. And here I have the new region. Not sure if I want to keep that here, but I think you can't really see that. But yeah, I'll have to... I don't think I've connected them, because that would be bad. But I'll look in a second. Don't think so. And yeah, that should be it. Okay, I'll look real quick if I've connected any of the old and the new region. No. No connection. Okay. Thinning out trees. Should I thin out trees? Maybe here. This is a... Oh, 1 or 2. This is a very high point. Elevation. So maybe should be a bit less. But honestly, I'm not sure where to reduce the trees. Maybe like this. So that you have... It's not really clear that this is rocky. And actually, there's all this spider stuff. And snow. Yeah, I'm not sure if that works without trees. Well, but the contrast is pretty good. Let's look at the ledge jump. Let's see. Great. Nope, can't jump. Okay, I destroyed the ledge jumping. But I think I know what it is. I think I know. Now, let's see. And it's fall move. Okay, let's just... Okay, this won't compile probably. Yep. Let's see if that works. Okay, I don't like that I have to go outside. Okay, this also doesn't work. It's weird. Why? I changed to the normal move. What did I do? Okay, let's wait for the message to disappear. And when I now move, there's no normal move. Okay, so it's not the normal move. It couldn't be the fall move. Because I already checked that. So it must be the ledge move. But that doesn't work either. So the hero wiggles, which means something happened but didn't go through. This is good old printf debugging. Try ledge. It tries to do a ledge move, but it can't. So what's wrong? Okay. Came up until here. Oh, it looks for the patch. What? Why does it look for the patch? So this basically says don't step out of bounds. What is PN? PN is a double jump. I might need this check. I'm not sure. Let's remove it. And see if this works. Okay. Yep. That works. Now the question is, if this ledge... Wait, I can just go further. Come on. Yeah, that's why the check's there. Because this is out of bounds. So that's tricky. That is tricky. But doesn't it do an elevation check? Oh, it doesn't, because you could jump down. Way big win. But if I just test the elevation, then that should fix it. Yep. That should fix it. And actually, let me fix the tessellation here with... No. Bridge. Okay, here it is. Tessellate edge. If it has the edge, if it It doesn't have the add flag, or it's there, or it's a bridge, or it's a ledge. What? And yeah, it's fixed. So this is rounded now, which looks much better. And here as well. So yeah, these dungeons are a mess, and I need to clean them up. And I'll do that next week. And I have all these dead dungeons lying around here that are just waiting to be implemented. So, and basically I just need to fill them. Hey Ramen, to say the game's really cool so far. Got it today and I'm a couple hours in. Thanks. Thanks for buying the game. That's awesome. Yeah, I'll make an update today that overhauls the overworld. So all the objects are placed differently and better, hopefully. And yeah, I hope to get that out in a couple of hours. But yeah, thanks thanks for playing the game, and I'm glad you enjoy it. There's much to come in the future, and I'm working hard to bring more content into the game. And the next region is a coastal region, which I've worked on a bit, but will work on in probably a week or so to finish it up. So it's pretty large. So the game will be twice the size. What were your inspirations for the game? I just tried out a Rogue recently. Yeah, it's mostly Rogue, but it's also A Link to the Past. Quite a lot actually. And then, well, there are so many. Skyrim is another one. What am I forgetting? Yeah, Delver. Delver is another one. Many inspirations. But Rogue is the baseline, basically. Rogue is the basis. But it's yeah, there's a lot of A Link to the Past in this. Or what is it? The Zelda Game Boy game, Oracle of... No, the one before. Also that one. But yeah, I'm trying to get the game to go more in the direction of Rogue, to have a more deep item system. But yeah, that'll take time. And yeah, having controller as the main input kind of makes that difficult. It makes it harder to have very in-depth inputs, like what is it in Rogue? Yeah, dipping your, no, that's NetHack, but same thing. Dipping your sword in a potion or something. That's really hard, but I would solve that with items in the world. There would then just be a tree stump with strange water or something that you can use, and then your carried weapon will get a buff. So you can get around that, around the controller limitation. Yeah, so I fixed ledge jumping. I placed the obstacles. Enemies shooting across elevation. Do I need to fix that? Yeah, I think it's a bit annoying. Was it Squint? I think Squint said that on the subreddit. Let me look. Like I said, wonder if the enemy range targeting is related to the special abilities of weapons. Now don't cross elevation boundaries. But that was just... Oh, I know what I changed. It wasn't the special attacks, it was... It was... Oh god. My thoughts are stumbling over themselves. So the original problem was that enemies they didn't cross steps to attack you. That's because the hero's aggro ping couldn't cross elevation. So I removed that, but now of course it does cross elevation, and enemies at higher elevation get aggro and shoot at you. I could maybe fix that with the line of sight algorithm, but that is... Actually, let's look at the hero ping. Line of sight, yeah, checks. Yeah, here it is. I took out the elevation check. Check if hero is in the line of sight. Line of sight. And let me guess, there's no edge check. Returns 1. I think, is this used? Yeah. I still use this. In the rendering. Which is bad, but should be 2 functions. So if the tile is null, return -1. If the tile flags contain edge, return -1. And yeah, this happens. Yeah, so all edges are dark now, which is bad. So that won't work. Let's put in the elevation check. So enemies on different elevations from the hero will not enter combat. Let's see how bad that is. Actually, let's go somewhere where there are spiders that can shoot at me from a different elevation. Maybe here. So yeah, those spiders don't care. They don't care. So now the problem. Do enemies still chase me down across steps? Is there no steps here actually? Okay, where are steps and where is the enemy? Okay, this great collapse. The immersive aspect of the game is a huge appeal, by the way. Not many games in the genre have shaders, music, and good sound effects together. Thanks. Yeah, I've been cognizant of that. But the, I mean, the sound effects, I like the ambient sound effects, the noise and the animals, the soundscape, but yeah, look, it's stuck. Oh, okay, that was weird. But the sound effects themselves need a lot of work. Like the footsteps and the cutting down bushes. I mean, it's serviceable, but it's not great. And I also need more music. But that's not something that's easy. But yeah, thanks. I'm definitely. I definitely like how it is right now. Otherwise, I would have changed it already. But yeah, I'm hoping to improve it further in the future, especially the music, because I think it needs to be more organic in places at least. But yeah. There's sadly there's only 24 hours in a day, and I really feel that. But yeah. And visually, I have a XBR filter in the game. It's just not turned on. I'm not sure if I'll turn that on. There was one problem. I think it's 4K. 4K is the problem. I can show you. So it's check out. So if I turn on XPR, then everything's rounded. It's a bit hard to see, probably, but it looks much better. It's kind of uneven, and but yeah, it looks much more. What's the word? It looks more polished in a way. And I can crank it up more. Definitely feels more organic, yeah. So yeah, this is cranked up more, but this probably won't work with 4K. I'm not sure. And the yeah, this is extreme. But I mean, it looks cool, but it's pretty extreme. So yeah, I have that up my sleeve still. If I figure out how to properly make this, how to make this look good across all the UI screens and everything. And I also have FXAA, but that doesn't do much. So yeah, I thought just having it bare bones for a start is not bad. But if I turn on FXAA as well, it does a little bit. But not much. Yeah, it might be too hard to see on your end. And yeah, the XBR also needs, so this version of it The more subtle one needs 4K texture support in the graphics driver, and not sure if that is too steep. Yeah. Because yeah, I mean, it's more coherent without the effects. Kind of. It's not as easy to look at, but yeah. Okay, let's see. Come on. Why is it always collapsing? Hello? No. It's just bad luck. And then of course the no spiders. Oh, this one followed me. Okay, they follow me, but I don't think I can aggro them across a step. Across the steps. Yeah, I don't aggro them. That was just by chance. The skeleton stepping up the stairs by chance. Come on. Yeah. So the spiders should clearly see me. Wait, what's that? Okay, that's hard to test. Wrong direction. It doesn't see me. What's better? I mean, I think it follows me. No, it doesn't. It loses me as well. Okay, let's do this differently. Let's say elevation doesn't matter, but in the what is it? Aim? No, it's chase or aim or something. Yeah, if there's no way, returns 0. Okay, ranged. Here we are. Aim. So I'll put in a elevation check here. And then just fail. Entity to position of entity. Greater than 1? Yeah, greater than step height. That's okay. So the hero will pull aggro across elevations, but will not get shot at. Hopefully. Here. Yeah. So the spider should have aggroed. Yeah. The spider is in combat. And this spider is also in combat. They're not shooting at me. So that should solve the problem. Okay, cool. Nav. Alright. Fix enemies shooting across elevation. Thin out the trees. I think I'll not sure when I'll do that. Not sure. Maybe today. But I actually I want to get the updates out. And that will probably take the rest of the day. So Yeah, what's left is just testing. And I'll have to do that on Windows. So yeah, I'll end stream for today. I'll be back tomorrow probably. And I'll go testing the update. And then I'll release the update afterwards. So that is the plan. And thank you for watching, everyone. Thank you for supporting. Thanks for playing the game. And yeah, this update will be cool. The next one will hopefully be even better. I've been thinking about bringing the next region in smaller chunks, maybe in sub-regions. That would be cool, maybe. Yeah. But I'll have to think about it. It would be definitely easier to test. But yeah. You too, Ramen. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Have a nice Sunday, and I will wait. Tomorrow's, yeah, I'll be streaming tomorrow again. All right. All right. Thank you, guys. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Bye bye.